Let me be brutally honest about something most women will never say out loud. The right kind of hug can create a deeper, more visceral sense of arousal than most kisses ever will. I have consulted with women who completely reevaluated their relationships, who questioned their attraction to their current partners, all because of a single brief embrace from another man, a deliberate shift in how he held her, and suddenly her brain couldn't let him go. The average man's hug is like a handshake, polite, procedural, and instantly forgotten. It communicates friendship, and that's precisely why it extinguishes desire. But the man who understands the neurobiology of touch doesn't just hug her. He leaves a neurological echo in her system. He creates a sensation her logical mind can't define, but her body can't deny. Today, we're decoding the science of that touch. By the end of this video, you will learn a specific adjustment to your posture and one critical point of contact that can completely change how she perceives you. If you're ready to learn this deeper form of communication, type the word hug in the comments below. Excellent. Let's proceed. The forgettable hug fails because it operates on a social script. It's an act of platonic validation. The quick squeeze, the pat on the back, these are signals that close a loop. They say this is non-threatening. We are friends. This actively signals to her nervous system to remain in a state of friendly alert awareness, not intimate relaxation. The hug that creates an echo does the exact opposite. Its purpose is to intentionally break the social script. It must communicate calm, masculine control, and unwavering presence. And here's the scientific reason most men get it wrong. They believe attraction is built on action and intensity. It's not. Primal attraction is built on stillness and intention. A hurried, uncertain touch signals anxiety. A calm, grounded touch signals authority and safety, which is the prerequisite for arousal. The framework we will use is called the somatic imprint. Somatic means relating to the body. The goal is not to persuade her mind, but to leave a lasting physical memory, a sensory data point that her body will recall long after the moment is over. This framework stands on 3 pillars: tempo, stillness, and anchor point. And in just a moment, I will show you the one anchor point on her body that acts as a neurological shortcut, shifting her perception of you from safe friend to potential lover in under 5 seconds. Let's do a quick reset. This entire technique is effective because of 3 elements: a deliberate tempo, absolute stillness, and a strategic anchor point. Let's decode each one. First, tempo. And here's the speed mistake that instantly neutralizes any potential attraction, moving at a conversational pace. Friendly energy, quick, dominant, intentional energy is unhurried. By initiating the hug 25% slower than is socially normal, you interrupt her expectations and command her full attention. When you slow down, you signal that you are not rushing through the interaction like every other man who has hugged her before. You are savoring the moment. You are present. This deliberate deceleration forces her brain to register that something different is happening, and that novelty is what opens the door to attraction. Most men rush because they are nervous or because they don't know what to do with their hands. But a man who controls his tempo controls the entire dynamic. He sets the pace, and she unconsciously follows. Second, stillness. And a single misplaced word here will shatter the entire illusion. Once in the embrace, you do not speak. You do not pet. You simply exist and breathe. This deliberate lack of social feedback forces her brain to switch from analytical mode to sensory mode. It triggers a parasympathetic response, which is the only state where the body can feel both profoundly safe and sexually receptive simultaneously. When you stay silent, you remove the distraction of conversation. You remove the need for her to process language. All that remains is the raw, unfiltered experience of your presence. Your breathing, your warmth, the solidity of your frame. This silence is not awkward. It is powerful. It communicates that you are comfortable in your own skin, that you don't need to fill space with words to feel secure. And that comfort is deeply attractive because it signals that you are not seeking validation from her. You are simply sharing a moment of genuine connection without any agenda. This is the essence of Stoic presence, being fully in the moment without the need to control or manipulate the outcome. And it is precisely this quality that makes a woman feel both safe and intrigued. Now for the most potent element, the anchor point. Most men instinctively place their hands high on the back or shoulders. This is the anatomical equivalent of the friend zone. It's safe, non-threatening, and utterly forgettable. To create a somatic imprint, your dominant hand must find its anchor lower, specifically on the lumbar curve of her lower back. This location is a biological sweet spot. It's non-invasive, yet deeply intimate. Placing a firm, warm hand there communicates support and possession simultaneously. It's a gesture of protective dominance that her primal brain is wired to understand and respond to. Why does this work so powerfully? The lower back is an area of vulnerability. It is not typically touched in casual social interactions. When you place your hand there, you are signaling that you are different from the other men in her life. You are not afraid to be assertive. You are not afraid to lead. And yet, because the touch is grounded and not aggressive, it does not trigger a defensive response. It triggers curiosity. It triggers a sense of being protected. And that feeling is intoxicating. Let's distill this into a single, powerful directive. Here is your imprint protocol. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Slow down, stay silent, and anchor your hand on her lower back. Focus on mastering just this one sequence. From the case studies I've analyzed, this precise anchor point is the detail women consistently recall with a sense of surprise and intrigue even weeks later. They don't always remember the conversation. They don't always remember the context. But they remember the feeling of that hand on their lower back, the warmth, the firmness, the sense of being held in a way that was both grounding and thrilling. This is not a trick. It is a form of communication that bypasses the conscious mind and speaks directly to the primal brain. Let me be clear. This is not about learning a trick. This is about learning a language, the language of non-verbal masculine presence in a society that is increasingly disconnected. The ability to create a moment of grounded, silent connection is not just attractive, it's a profound gift. It is a way of saying without words, I see you, I am present. You are safe with me. And that message is what women are really longing for beneath all the surface-level chatter about preferences and types. This is about embodying a calm confidence that makes a woman feel both protected and desired in the same breath. A polarity that is the very essence of powerful attraction. Your actions communicate your inner state far more loudly than your words. A man who is anxious will communicate anxiety through his touch. A man who is grounded will communicate groundedness. The hug is merely a vehicle for what is already within you. So before you can master this technique, you must first master yourself. You must cultivate the inner stillness that allows you to move through the world with calm, unshakable confidence. That is the Stoic foundation upon which all of this is built. So, I invite you to make a commitment to intentional action. Type ready in the comments below. If you're committed to communicating from a place of calm confidence, if this framework gave you a new perspective, please hit that subscribe button for more. And finally, share this video with a man who you know has a good heart, but whose physical presence doesn't yet match the strength of his character. Until next time, remember this. The most powerful thing you can offer a woman is not your words. It is your presence, your stillness, your ability to hold space without needing to fill it. That is what makes her feel safe. That is what makes her feel desired. And that is what makes her remember you long after you've walked away. So go out there and practice this, not as a strategy, but as an expression of who you truly are. A man of calm confidence, a man of quiet strength, a man who understands that the deepest form of communication happens not with words, but with presence. And when you master that, you will become unforgettable.